Boot, boot. Yep. Yes. Studio Mancatcher is alive. Johnny Five. Johnny Five's dead. Johnny Five died in 9/11. He's gone. He's gone. Although there is a rumor he's in Guantanamo Bay in a robot-shaped orange jumpsuit. They should make a Short Circuit 3 just so we can see the CIA black site torture. Welcome to the Last Rites Random Friday. Little bit excitable today. Little bit excitable. Welcome. Your first viewing of Studio Mancatcher. I'm going to open a beer that was left for me in the fridge. Marjorie, I haven't got long. I haven't eaten. We're going to put a few of these down as fast as possible. Twitch. Just making sure I'm in the right place, guys. As ever, thank you very much for everyone that's followed so far. And if you haven't, chuck us a follow. Yeah? Why not? Cheers. Get the beers in. Give me 1 second. I'm coming right over to those comments. Give me 1 second here. Oh, dude. Yeah. This is my new place. I'm here. I was left an 8-pack, I think, or a 6-pack of these. I brought some Beavertowns with me, London Brewery. I've not been looked after this much in a while. I think something's going to go wrong. I've got like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever, but I'm going to pump a few of these in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Cheers, Brock. Thank you. Oh, and it's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. I got a plant. This is the prayer plant. It moves. Everything's new. Everything's awesome. We've got a proper beer fridge. Like it's just stacked like a beautiful little thing. As well, I'll get some pictures over to you guys. But it's a really nice space. I'll have 2 locations in Mancatcher. One I think will be here, and one will be in another room. Excuse me. Let me mute that. There we go. So we'll see what we get set up, and I'll get stuff as we go. But for now, let's get these beers in. Oh man, yeah, you're damn right. Everything I need. I didn't get time to eat properly today. I've travelled for hours, and when I got here, I had to do admin and sort all that shit out. And then for 30 minutes, I've been trying to sort the Wi-Fi out, but it's working super fast. I'll be Etherneting at times. For sure, but yeah, very, very happy with that. But the England-USA game is in 90 minutes, and I need to get out and find a pub that's showing it. I'm just at the bottom of the city, so I'm going to get on Google and out of this fucking place. Have I got keys for this place? Yes, I have. Don't lose them, Carl. I don't even know how to get back in the building. I've not tried that yet. But, yeah. When I get my proper desk set up, will be good. But I've got a nice little setup here. There we go. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. We call it Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. So I guess it's Thanksgiving, Boxing Day. I hope everyone's stuffed full of turkey, or they stuffed their wives or boyfriends, or if you're into that sort of thing, animals. I'm not condoning it, but if you are into that sort of thing, animals. When this started, I was talking about Short Circuit 3 and how Johnny Five died in 9/11 or something. I don't know what I was fucking talking about. I just got excitable. I might have to run and get a power cord for this laptop in a second. Bear with me. Hey, New Mexico Tapman. It took me a long time to decipher that name as a New Mexico Tapman 5000. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'll give you a little tour at some point, but I can't be bothered in case I unplug stuff right now. So Studio Mancatcher Manchester will have 2 locations, as I've just said. They'll probably, I think this corner suits. I think this is pretty good. And then I'll have basically in my bedroom as well. I'm going to do a little setup in there. So, but right now we're out in Mancatcher location B, I'll call this. Yeah, very, very happy. It's all been a manic. I literally got in here at 4 p.m. and it's 5:30 now, or 3:30. So I've been here 2 hours just vegging and, but now tonight's going to get bad because I'm going to pump some of these in the next hour. Then I'm going to go and find football. I probably barely will find a place before the game starts. Could watch it here, but I'll probably go out and find a place. But so I'll get drunk food at 11 p.m. I might be in an Outbrook stream later, but I'm going to be hammered in the city of Manchester and probably die on my first night. Fuck it. Moved in. Well, kind of. Yeah, I've got to get a bunch of stuff next weekend, but I'm here. I've got enough stuff for a week or so. I've got set up. Very in the last 10 minutes, I've done all this stuff. So, looking for a big win by the US. Well, it's not. I would say it's not war, but it's not war. When did you last have a big win at war? You've lost all the wars, I mean. Big win. I think USA are underrated. Not underrated, but the US team has come, or the US football, soccer, has come a long way in the last 10, 15 years. I love Weston McKennie. I'm a big fan. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. He's my London club. And we're looking at Weston McKennie. I think we might bring him over from Italy, from Juventus, where he plays. Good player. I think, we struggle at the back a little bit, but attacking-wise, Harry Kane, Jack Grealish, Raheem Sterling, come on now, Marcus Rashford. We've got Jude Bellingham in midfield. It's going to be difficult for you guys to stave off the attack. But it's possible. It might be a draw. We could lose, and then it'll make it interesting. Wales fucked themselves to a run today. We won our first game 6-2. So, interesting. You need something today. You've had a point. If you get a point today and beat Iran, it will be England and USA through to the next round. Because for all you idiots, 2 out of the 4 teams will go to the next round, to the knockout rounds. But the people at the team who wins the group get the second place from the other group, right? And if you come second, you get so in theory, if you come second, you get a harder knockout round. That's your reward. If you win it, you get an easier one, but it's not always the case. And international football is very difficult, as we see with Saudi Arabia smashing up Argentina the other day. Big one, I mean a draw, absolutely. We'll look better in team picks. Well, Weston McKennie's got a stupid haircut. I don't know a lot of your team. I know Pulisic, because he plays for Chelsea in the Premier League, or as you guys call it, Premier League. Can I just say, if I could bring them up, I don't know if I could bring them up. The US fan chants are god awful. I can't bring a YouTube video. Let me see what I can find. Instagram, US versus England fan. A lot of your chants are like, go team, go, go. We want a goal, go. In England, if your girlfriend has cheated on you, that's what we're singing. That's going to be the song. A song will get written, and then 40,000 people will sing about what cuck you are. There's some great comedy in football chants, but US versus England chant. I'll only bring it up here if I could. If not, I'll share something on Twitter after this, but it would be fun to bring up here. English football home and away. Yeah. I don't think we'll I don't think I'll find one that I can share. Is this some fucking YouTube? This one's on Facebook. I might be able to share this. Give me a second. I know this is not very professional, but neither am I. Go fuck your mother. Okay, I think I can share this. Give me a second. I'll catch up with the comments in a minute. He's a paedophile. I'm always conscious about sharing like Facebook and stuff in case any dodgy dick pics have been sending. But here we go. Let me know if you can hear this. So we'll start off with American chants. Chicago Fire. Your chant is Chicago Fire. Nah, bro. Oh, it's imaginative, bro. Okay. Oh, this guy's great. So that wasn't particularly a manager. You're shit, but your birds are fit. But it's trying to get in the head saying you'd fuck the girlfriends, but they're rubbish at football. But it's not great. But let's see what else we got on here. I've no idea. This guy. You have these weird chant guys.
Fight and win! Fight and win! Come on, Seattle! Come on, Seattle!
Fuck you loser. Come on. Fight and win.
Seattle Sounders, here we go! Here we go! Sounders of massive blue, 41 players. No one knows they got 41 players. No one knows they got 41 players. Get the hot dog sausage in them.
I don't know. That's not the best example. I'll find another example another time. But there's some great. There's been some great songs down the year. Some of them have been banned. Like it's illegal to sing these songs because they're so bad. So my team, Tottenham Spurs, we had a defender called Sol Campbell who left for our big rivals. Right, he run down his contract and left for free. That can happen. And he left for our big rivals. And the song has been banned in the stands, but I think it was something like Soul, wherever you may be. It's something like, I hope you're dying of HIV and blah, 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 blah. You'll be swinging from a tree. Now, unfortunately, he's not white. So that last line is the reason the song got banned, because it's like, we're just going to hang ethnics. But it wasn't, I don't think the intention was that, but the intention was for him to get HIV and die, which I think is fine. Is fine. There was a South, I think it's a Korean called Sun Ji Hai. He played for Manchester, and it was like, give me Ippy, Sun Ji Hai, Ippy. His old man's got a chippy, which is a little bit xenophobic, a little bit racist from the 70s. It means he owns a chip shop, for chips. I'm not explaining it very well. All right, so next one go, yeah, they have. They got a great song about the Queen. But it's just. I hope that US soccer evolves enough where you can just fucking get into a player's head. Because if the keeper's sat there, they can hear you, and you can upset players sometimes. You're just talking about their mother, or I haven't seen much about dead sons yet. But if you lost a baby, that might come up. Because I'm not condoning that part of it, but I think there's a lot of creativity. And some of it is fucking funny, but there we go. You got to improve on the chanting, I think. Yeah. I didn't know what was coming up. I didn't know what was coming up on those videos. That wasn't great, but there are some really funny ones, and I'll try and dig them out. But some of it also might be with English phrases and stuff. But it's better than Seattle, fight and win. No. Guys, be aggressive. Talk about personal things. Right, I'm going to grab another beer. And my beer is right fucking there. Football is in 1 hour and 18. I need to grab a power cord in a couple of minutes. By the way, I'm going to keep this place like a palace. It's going to be a love palace. Or just a palace will be. Oh, listen to that pouring out there. Things are going to be different. I'm going to be happier. Lizzie in a box. Yeah, we had a lot of songs about the Queen as well. It's weird how jokes like before the internet, really, when a lot of people had the internet, jokes would go around so quick. Like sometimes on SMS. I think we had SMS stuff for the tsunami in Thailand and stuff. The jokes were going around. You just get random text forwarded. But what got me was how before the internet even, where you would hear about things like Richard Gere putting a gerbil up his ass, that went around the whole world. And I didn't realize it was America and the UK. I heard it at school when I was, I don't know, young. And it's like, did you hear about Richard Gere? So what, he shoves hamsters or whatever up his ass? Like, how does that travel without even the internet? That's just always fascinates me how things go around. I guess like street jokes, right? Jackie Martling's act. That's 2 days in a row I've had to go at Jack. He's a nice old guy. I like him. Chrissy, I'll tell you what it is. You've redeemed points. Listen, we might have to, for fuck's sake, it's nose liquor. You know what? It's because I'm looking at StreamYard in the background, so I need to look at Twitch. I'm new to just dealing with Twitch, and very soon I'm going to be a bit more set up with Streamlabs, blah, 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 so I'll get even more shit. Right, nose liquor is I can lick my nose, I can get it up there and eat the snot if I want, or I can get it on the tip of my nose. See this one? I can get my tongue right there. Don't redeem party shades because I don't own any. I'm going to buy some tomorrow. That's one that I might have to put back. Do you want it now or do you want it in a bit? Hey, Divinely Cursed in the house. Oh, Solven, give me 1 second. Happy Friday to you, man. Are you streaming today? Let me know. I'm going to go out soon. I'm here for another half hour. Then I'm going to go and try and find somewhere to watch the football. Soccer. All right. Okay. I don't know what that looks like from profile. Even probably weird. One more. And down here, I think you can get down here as well, but I'm not going to do that because that's not in that point. Maybe I should do that, like unroll the tongue as a redeem. There you go. Thank you very much. Finally cursed in the house. DC, what are you streaming at the moment? Are you still playing? Fuck me, it's escaped me, but I like the game, the guild type game. It's just got out of my mind. I watched you play it for like 3 days straight. Carl's a male version of the angel that can suck your beep. I just make that up. Suck your kneecaps and lick your earlobe simultaneously. Yeah, absolutely. So what you say up here, I was hammered and mercilessly heckled opponent's team guilt. Yeah, so I went to a game. I like small local teams, and I'm going to start going to football a lot because here, where I live, I'm 15 minutes from Manchester United, very famous club, and about 30 minutes from Manchester City, now a famous club, didn't used to be. And about 40 minutes from Salford, which is where Man United started. So it's a local club in a lower league. And I went to a lower league game in London, which I know some of the owners now. Ooh. So I went to watch a game there, and I was literally on a fence, and I was this far from one of the players. He would run down the wing and fall over. He was there because he was on the opposition. And this town, not here, but this place in London, Richmond, is really posh. So a lot of the fans like, yay, yay. And I had a few beers with my mate, who we know the owners, part owners of this club. And I just started talking about his sister. I was like, you fucking get up. Where's your fucking sister? I gave her my number just to try and fuck with them. And at that level of football, it might not be that unknown for them to get up and try and smack you, which is fine. It's fine by me. He'll get a ban and it will make a funny video on YouTube. But yeah, I like only after a few beers though, and I don't do it as much now. It's a young man's game, isn't it? Heckling athletes meters away. But yeah, funny stuff. Oh yeah, here we go. Sorry, catching up with some of this here. And just let me know if you do any of that point shit. I wouldn't do any more today because I don't have any party shades and there's not a lot of stuff going on. I need to get set up. I've literally been in this property for 2.5 hours. Not even. But yeah, give me a heads up because I'm not always looking at the Twitch backstage. I'm pumping it through StreamYard at the moment. Yes, I am, sir. New world. There we go. And Mel will come in, of course. Yeah, it's a yeah, exactly. You get 3 or 4 beers in, and you think, now's my chance. Now's my chance. I did like some of the videos. I've seen like Segura and that post them where people have been at basketball and fucking said stuff, and then you've got like a 7.5-foot man just punches shit. There's one where it's the wrong guy. He starts hitting the wrong guy because he was just next to the guy that was shouting shit. But yeah, they're human beings, right? I've had it. I'm still not great with dealing with hecklers with comedy. I'm still not great at that. I'm trying to work on it. But I get angry though. And there comes a point where you're just two humans in a room. It's like, no, you can't do that. So there comes a point where it just becomes like a fight, even with that. But with sports, yeah, it can happen. People don't think you can have a Premier League footballer on, 300,000 a week, 500,000 a week, and he's like a superstar celebrity. But you can get mad. We've got a defender called Eric Dyer who climbed. He saw in the crowd. His brother was just in the regular crowd, right? And he saw there was a bit of scuffles going on. Probably people that are jealous that he's a footballer's brother or something and giving him shit. This player climbed over the stands and just started walking. The seats in the stadium, right? He was just stepping over all these seats and walking up the stadium seats. And everyone's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But by the time he got up there, it finished, it spread apart. But he literally went up there because he saw his brother might be in a bit of trouble. And that's a fucking wild thing to do. But yeah, so these are athletes, at any level. And you can get a slap. Hack. I'm in studio Mancatcher in Manchester. I literally got here 2.5 hours ago. But I just thought I'd get in before I try and find a pub to watch this fucking game in the next. I better leave in like 30, I think. I don't think the great unwashed of Manchester are going to be lucky enough to get a clean set of balls walking out there. I'm going out sweaty and drunk because I've been left beers in the fridge. It's fucking good times. No, I haven't had enough time. I literally have had 2 hours, but trust me, tomorrow I will have a hangover. And I fully intend to impregnate somewhere, whether it's a sink or a shower where you got to mush it down with your foot and then it gets stuck in your toe hair, or straight in the kitchen bin, or this fucking plant that's here. Yeah, this moves. Apparently, this moves, right? So when it gets at night, it fucking folds up. So if I wank into the pot and do a Weinstein. Will it give me a little dance? Will it give me a little shake? I don't know. I'm gonna find out for you tomorrow. Of course. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. If you're in the front seat, but if you're in the front seats, you've paid a fuck ton anyway. I know. It's for the Clippers, which I know are the joke team in LA, but I don't know much about basketball. But my friend in LA was the financial advisor. I don't know if she's officially on the books for the Clippers, but she definitely works with all the players. Part of her job is literally to say, do not buy this bitch a ring. Do not buy her a car. That's part of her job. Like, hey, fucko. Do not, this one's bad. Don't do it. You've known her 3 weeks. And her apartment's also often full of 7.5 foot big black guys because she's actually quite cool. I met her because I Airbnb'd and slept on a sofa the first time when I went to LA, and she just lets them come around and they play Xbox when they want to get out, get away from the press or from their girlfriends and stuff in a tiny little apartment near Venice Beach, fucking tiny place. So I can get tickets for Clippers game. But I think, I didn't know fuck all anyway. So I think I'll just, next time I go out, which will only be on the second US trip next year, I'm going to go and I should be able to get good seats. They should be like company seats. So yeah, I can go out and shout the N-word and whatever. I won't. That's a joke. Cheers, dude. Yeah, I'm into it. Well, I'm kind of central at the minute. There's some horns beeping right out there. I'm not in the city centre. I'm near, I fucking ducks myself. I'm near Deansgate. So near Deansgate Station. So it's just literally 20 minutes walk from the centre. Where I am is pretty quiet. It's near the station, Deansgate Station. But it's a nice flat for now. It will keep, a year or so. And then if I like it in Manchester next year sometime, I'm probably going to look at either a house or a flat. I might get a dickhead flat though. Or if I get a house, it'll be just out the city, maybe Salford, looking quite used to be just drug dealers, right? Salford, football hooligans, but I think it's being developed a lot because of the media city and all that shit around the Keys. I only know Manchester a bit, but yeah, I'll probably, if I go that route, I'll move out a little bit next year. But it's I'm 20 minutes from the city. The train from Piccadilly here is like 6 minutes. They're fucking trams. There's a great pub around the corner. But I need to find one with a screen tonight. So I need to literally, I'll be leaving here in half an hour, Googling football pub, let's go, and try and get in before kickoff. Not too bad because it's kind of a deal. I've got a bit of a deal. So it's not too bad. It could be a lot more. It probably should be. But so I mean, if it wasn't a deal under the old carpet, then it probably would be a lot more. Ribeye Steakhouse from the corner. There we go. You know your food. Listen, dude, you got a crash spot. Come up for beers. I'll get over there for beers. You're only a couple of hours away. Be good to fuck. But I think I'm ready to go for the third beer almost here. How long are we going? 26 minutes. There we go. Ooh. I've got some Beaver Towns in the fridge, and these were left for me. Fucking Marjorie's, man. So I hope you're all having a great Friday and all that stuff. I was supposed to read because when I was sorting out my old shit, I found, and I did tweet it, I found a story that I wrote when I was 10 about a terrorist incident on the Thames Barrier and a kidnapping of a class of children, which I assume was me. And I was the hero, I think. But I wrote so neat then. It was all going down in diagonal lines, but it was so neat. And I drew the little thing on the front. My intention was to do this today to read that story because I haven't read it. I just looked at it and thought, fuck. It was something to do with the IRA ceasefire. I don't fucking know. I was 10, dude. And I remember giving it to the teacher and she just looked at me like, now I'd be sent for counselling. It's like, what are you fucking right? Why did you turn our school trip into a kidnapping and a terror plot at 10? But I think it'll be funny just to read without reading it. I don't want to read it first. But unfortunately, I left it down south because next week I'm going back down for a bunch of stuff and then I'm going to bring a van for the shit back. So I'll bring it then. But that was the plan today. But I will be reading my school story called Disaster on the Thames in about 10 days' time. We'll talk. I'll take care of guests. You're fat as well. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about as a real person. Not that you're not a real person. There's a fatty I know that's fucking. He's worse than you. He's a bad one, and he's got no intention of you're getting thinner. I can see it on another slightly thinner than fat guy cooks. I'll give you a bed. Of course. I'm a great host. Not that I've had a history of hosting people that often, but now I think it's a new city, new start. And yeah, being a northerner, when I obviously being a southerner and coming from just outside London, when you're a kid, it's like fucking northerners, and they're like fucking sop, But I like the north and the northwest. I've really started to like the Midlands a lot more, even around Brum and stuff. And Manchester, I know a bit, but I love it. I love it. Every time I've been there, I like it. I think there's less of a dicky attitude up here. I know you can get shot in the spine if you go into the wrong neighbourhood, but you can get that in London as well. There's just less of a dicky attitude in general. It's cool. Prices are better overall, even though, you can still get wanky places in the city centre and that. The birds, the Northern Army of Vadges, always less uptight. Fuck me, I've got to go and plug this in a second. But let's leave. Unbelievable. I can't believe you even stuck around. Can you hear me? That's the important thing. Do you know a few minutes ago where I said, I need to plug this laptop in? I will in a minute. Well, I didn't. And my fucking battery died. And I can't believe StreamYard kept it up. If you can't hear me, well, you can't hear me. If you can hear me, say something about Jamie. Or just say you can hear me. Because I've lost can't. There we go. Perfect. Yes, I am, and I've got a new beer on the way. I can't believe. Thank you, by the way. When a laptop completely restarts, I had to put a BitLocker code in and fucking log in. It's pretty quick, and StreamYard kept the stream going. That's nice because some software will just, it'll just start piss. You'll fall on the floor in distress, and it'll just start pissing out of a USB socket. Go, you fucking loser! Why did you let your battery die? Got some sort of there we go. Another bit of light. I like a little bit of light there and a little bit of light from there. That's better. I like that. Thank you, Studio Mancatcher. Thank you. I can't remember what you said. I'll have to look in Twitch here. I've had to be woken up by being sucked off a handful of bacon cob. Listen, I'll order a fleshlight lube with one of those hospital waste bags. You can put it straight in there, lob it out the window, and then I'll take you for breakfast. I was in the Northern Quarter when I was looking at the place up here, and I just Googled full English, and 30 places popped up. That is what I fucking miss. It's so nice. I actually went to a place called Feel Good Club, where they're extra nice, and they're still allowed to call you love and sweetheart, whereas if that was in London, you'd just be up on a sexual assault charge, right? But this is, they're just allowed to be nice to you, and the coffee says don't kill yourself, or the world's a better place with you in it, or whatever. I read it. It's just don't kill yourself yet. We've got some sourdough toast, some nice poached eggs, and some sausages for slightly more than it's worth, but we have been nice to you, and it's kind of a nice hipster environment with free Wi-Fi. It was that sort of place. But I do need to find a greasy spoon as well. Yeah. Well, surely you mean a cigarette. Whoa. Right, 59 minutes till the football. Where are you watching the football tonight? Hack at home, or are you going out? What's the deal? One would assume you're a football fan. You're in a fantasy league, and I missed the Wales-Iran game because I was travelling up. But poor little Welsh people being all upset about that. Saving yourself. There we go. Yeah, tonight. Do you know what? I got it 2.5 hours ago. I'm just going to go on the fucking. I'm going to go and watch some football, and then I haven't even eaten. I'll get drunk food later. It depends how offensive I am in Brett Brock's stream at like 11 p.m. We'll see. I'm just going to get wankered, really. I don't give a fuck. I'll be drunk before I leave the place at this rate. Tomorrow, we did have like a drinkathon set up again, but I don't think we've talked about it because it wasn't, we're putting back a Brett Erickson thing coming on, but I think he's probably working for Elon this weekend. He's probably sucking off Elon Musk and getting hand-fed a bacon cob on Mars instead. So, dude, when did you pop on here last week? So 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went out in Bristol, I'm not sure I finished that because we were having internet issues. I was so broken from that night out. I think we went to bed at 6. We went to a mate's house. And, I mean, look, cocaine may or may not have been done in front of this policeman. You had to tell him to shut up. And then it was just a long night. I forgot I went to whole places until I got reminded by my bank statement. Went back to my buddy George Willoughby's flat in Bristol, and we went to bed about 6:10 in the morning. I was broken. This was a Saturday coming into the Sunday. I had to travel all the way fucking back into London and then back out. Got home at 10 o'clock. I was broken from the Sunday morning till about the Wednesday. I just didn't feel right all fucking week. And then last weekend we did the warming up the piggies drinkathon with Brock, Jamie, and Mel jumped on actually, and we went for 10 hours. I put away like 11 beers, but I've not been drinking a lot recently. Brock put away something like 19 that he could count. Have a good one, Hack. See you later, buddy. I'm heading off out soon. Have a good weekend. You get on it tomorrow, sir. See you soon. Yeah, so I think it was a week's gap in between those epic nights, and it was just the old body's getting harder. I mean, I was on the cocktails. Some comic I haven't seen really much since before COVID was out and he had his fucking debit card. He's got loads of kids and his first night out for 2 years. So he was like, I'll get you cocktails, shots, cocktails, shots. And then other unnamed comics were putting key bumps of coke in front of me. It was just one of those. And my body hurt until the Wednesday. So I take it easy. I generally don't drink through the week at the moment. I'll drink on a weekend, or I haven't drunk since last Saturday, and then I'll fucking go silly. But those bigger nights, for instance, I would predict when I go out of hack, and it will happen either here or Nottingham or whatnot. It's going to feel, because I don't make good decisions when I've had a few beers. I'll just say yes to almost anything and ingest almost anything. And honestly, I think it will be a good 3-dayer to get over that, or one of us will die. I would imagine. But we'll see. Oh, now things have gone quiet here. There we go. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have this. I wonder if I'm going to turn into Minddog, just like the Long Island Alex Jones. Questions, shall we allow? By the way, when I went on his Thanksgiving thing the other day, because I was taking earphones and fucking around and I was busy, he was kind of thanking me for stuff. I was like, great, see you later. Not because I didn't want to listen, it's because I had a lot on my mind. I was doing the other shit. But then I listened to how he said goodbye to everybody else at Leicester. He's like, listen, William Conway, I really want to thank you for being in my life. I'm so grateful. I'm sure I didn't get that level of thanks. I'm sure. Listen, I don't get hurt by things like this, but I'm sure I did. All I'm saying is, I'm sure I didn't get that level of thanks. So we'll talk about that next time we speak to Napster. Dude, this beer's fucking smooth. Can you imagine if this was actually non-alcoholic? That's all suck hack off. Can you imagine if this beer was non-alcoholic and I'm sitting there drinking 9 of them, and then it's just like, fucking fight anybody, man. And then it's just non-alcoholic. Little hipster on though. I'm not seeing that. Not happy about the hipster. That's a hipster. But it is a nice beer. Madrid. Wheat and barley. Oh, that's not going to make my ass bleed. Please drink responsibly on the back. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, this motherfucking phone should be charged. I'm loving the super fast charging, boys. This charges in like 10 minutes. Boys and girls, I should say. Ladies. Let's get back to these comments here. I've missed a couple. You're white enough, just not angry enough for all the praise. Yeah. That's fair. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, I'm not William Conway with my down angle, smoking a king size cigarette, still getting over the fact that I robbed a flower store. All right. What's it happen, nothing? I like Conway. We'll get him onto his girlfriend did sound like she was dying of emphysema the other day. There, let's get him into the hospital there. We'll get Conway on Odam again. We're gonna. When we did that movie thing before, I was really hungover and I had immediately had to go into the Lipsky thing early. So we'll set up some stuff with them. And what we're going to do with that, we're all going to watch a 90s movie before, and then we're going to come and just get deep into a movie. And watch-alongs are going to come back. I'm thinking of ways of doing it. I'm thinking of maybe... we could even do a thing with old Grumpy Mama. We could maybe watch, depending on times, right? Or I might have to set one up. But we could watch something in Discord together so everyone can see it. But you should be able to hear us as well if we can figure out that audio, because it worked when we were doing it on our end. But if people who are just watching can hear that on us, so we can fuck around with the movie as it's going along, that might be a fun thing to do. I'll speak to OGM about the tech. I don't fucking know. I can't think about it right now. I think it might work. And then we just get me, Brock, and Jamie just talking. And From Dusk Till Dawn will be the next one. That'll either be in December or January as well. Hey, it's a tap man. Me ba 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 da do. It's a New Mexico scat man. Really, it's nice. So are you? Yeah, no, it was cool. I'm only fucking poking people in the eye. I always get confused by that. Good. Well, thanks for dropping in, guys. I think 40 minutes. I think I can go for a bit longer. At least another 10. Let me Google Maps. Let me just try Google Maps here. Let's see how good Google it. Just pubs with football near me. Not footballers. I don't want to sleep with someone for a diamond watch. Should be. I'm in the fucking centre of Manchester. It's a football city. Oh, City Road Inn. The problem is though, because it's a World Cup, 70 yards away. 70 fucking. Are you kidding me? The problem is though, because it's the World Cup. A lot of places might be busy and stuff, but it doesn't matter. I'll try and get in there. Kelly got unbelievably drunk at those motherfucking in-laws, but it was fun. Yeah, it's never as bad as you think, is it? It's what you make of it as well. I think if you dread like seeing in-laws or family, even if you're joking, but half mean it, it's never as bad as you think. Yeah, my ex-in-law family, I was a real shit to the father of the lady from the beginning. I was a piece of shit to him, but because I felt I had to be. But then by the time, we did become pretty good with each other for a while. But then, yeah, I wasn't the best because I've got if I hadn't have started doing some level of comedy and now broadcasting, I would have just been a fucking nightmare because a lot of it with me is it's like a form of Tourette's. I don't know how else to say it. I have to say I'm better with it now because I have outlets, but I used to, if I was in social settings that were, I'd have to say something. If I thought it, I'd say it. And that caused me a lot of strife. That caused me a lot of trouble in previous relationships and stuff, especially when you're dealing with families of those people. I was a fucking nightmare. Super nice as well, and I always got on with them. But sometimes I'd just say stuff that you can't say to people. It's difficult. But I think that's what I used to do a lot of that. And I do regret some of it because some of it was real dicky. Not the stuff with her dad, though. I think it was good for someone's daughter to go out with someone and then for you meet that person, which is what I did. And he went to shake my hand. And I just said, put that back in your fucking pocket. I'm not shaking your hand, you prick. And we had a bit of that on in a public space. And then, because there have been a couple of times, I've been building up to it. But I think that was good from his point of view for a while. Because he's like, okay, at least he's trying to look out for my daughter. But actually, over the years, we've become quite good friends. And I do miss it for that lot. But yeah, no, I always had, not that stuff. I thought that was justified, actually. But I'd say weird shit, or I'd too much of a cunt to the grandparents, or, there's like a 97-year-old scientist that's now believing in God because he's about to die. And I'm questioning him over lunch, going, are you sure? Are you sure God's real? Because, that sort of stuff. Which I'm way better at that now. I'm way better at just hold it in. I'll think it. It's just hold it in. But yeah. Cool part of the family showed up and we went to the basement and bullshit. There we go. It will put the lotion. I'll get the hose again. See what's warm off today. There we go. Perfect. Off today. Oh. Cheers. When I was trying to fix the Wi-Fi, I almost cooked myself some food, but I've not eaten and I'm pretty hungry and I'm not going to be able to eat until at least 9. At least 9. But if I get into real drinking mode, I won't need to eat. I can just drink, and we'll eat at midnight. Maybe I'll wake up on the floor eating burgers directly. Oh, it was fucking David Hasselhoff, wasn't it? That's what I did in Brazil. Maybe it'll be one of those tonight where I'm just eating a Five Guys directly off the floor. I can see it in my future. I can see it. So yeah, I've got I need to sort out a bunch of things. Yeah, I might play some games at some point on Twitch. I don't know. I need to sort a lot of that stuff out. But now it's been a whole 3 months since I was away for 102 days. So I'm now starting to think, should I go to Brazil for 10 days in January? I could just go for like a short break. But I'm coming to America at the moment, like late Feb, 28th or something. I don't know when I fucking move the flights to. I might have to kick that down another month, but we'll see. But I'm going to force Mine Dog tickle my butt. No, to buy me to touch me. To suck me. No, to buy me a beer and burger. That would be nice. So we should hook up with that bald twat. And yeah, I'll be meeting a bunch of people when I'm out in the States next time. I would have come out to Vegas with Hack and go and watch stand open stuff, but it's just the wrong time because I've just moved. I might go to South America for 10 days and then I'm definitely coming to America. So I couldn't justify doing it again. I would literally have to live off noodles for like 2 months if I did that. Yeah, maybe I'll do something like that another year, come out to the States for New Year's Eve or something. I don't know. I feel like doing something different next year, like being away for Christmas and New Year and just fucking either being on a beach somewhere or just being somewhere different. Could go and take mushrooms in the desert, right? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do there. You don't need, because I'm putting 1 foot back into the Mac world for a start, right? For some other shit. But I've got Windows setups, so I will get a gaming PC set up at some point as well. But I can pump a console through a capture card into a PC as well. So I might do that. I'm not at the moment. I'm not going to get a captain's hat and build a. Some of these guys online have got like a cockpit and they're playing Microsoft Simulator or Truck Driver, and they've got hats and fucking stick. You know, I'm not doing that, and I'm not a hot girl. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably like baby step into it. I'll probably just do a console at first and stream it through PC. But then I might get in a gaming PC down the line. But because I've got so much equipment to buy, not just for that, but for like podcast stuff in general, like mics, cameras, mixers, fucking switches, and all this. I've got a list of stuff and how I will evolve what is possible with this, particularly for in-person stuff. Over the next year, that I need to prioritize stuff, and I could get a gaming rig, but it's not a priority right now for me. I think I've got the order of shit that I'm going to buy, but I'll baby step into everything. But yeah, I just think it might be fun as well. I'm not that much of a fucking gamer, to be honest, but burger, beer, and a good blowjob. Yeah, well, why not? That sounds good. Yes, it's just exactly. Like for me, I might fuck off to I've got some stuff I need to do out in South America actually, so I might do that. But it's a money thing though as well, because if I didn't do that, I could get a lot of my tech stuff sooner. But I just need to prioritize, and I don't know. I'll have a think about it over the next sort of 2 weeks when I get a bit of headspace. Once I've got all my shit up here next week, I'm going to have a bit more headspace. So I've all confirmed I can share stuff. So yeah, Brighton Fringe for May 11th and 12th, which is a long time away. It's now on with me and Shannon something. We're doing an hour, two-hander basically, so about half hour each, but probably, we're going to do some interesting stuff with it. But the venue's sorted. I had to take out public liability insurance today, so it's real. Venues, but I did that on the fucking journey up. I did all that on the journey up. Ticketing stuff will come out next week. So yeah, it's part of the Brighton Fringe Festival, which is like Edinburgh Fringe, but just smaller. It's probably like the second or third one in the UK. We have a lot here, a lot of fringe festivals. But this is kind of yeah, it's a good one to do. It's a good one to do for lots of reasons. And so in sort of February, March, April, that we'll start. We're putting this thing out that's like 6 months away, but we'll put stuff out February, March, April that we'll build up to that with, because we got a fucking I just had a bullshit, basically, a load of bullshit. But yeah, we'll do some comedy, but just like, yeah, we're gonna write copy and all that. So that will start over the next few months. But this should basically be about a year, because after that, we're hoping to take it to Edinburgh Festival for 1 or 2 weeks, full straight, every night. And then off the back of that, there might be some cool stuff. So it's all been stuff that I've been talking about or thinking about for a while, but it's nice to actually do it and get it done. So the 2nd, I think December 2nd, we can try and sell tickets and all that stuff. But who cares? There's 5 months, and it gets a big kick in like March and April. It's basically the whole, similar to Edinburgh, but like a lot of Brighton, and just gets taken over by shows, basically, not just comedy, but theatre and, you know, slam poetry or whatever goes on. But that's going to be very exciting to do. And nice. Yeah, it's weird because I don't know, because Edinburgh Fringe, so Edinburgh Festival was always like a cool hip thing for artists. Then it became very corporate. So the Fringe Festival broke off that and become, right, we're gonna fucking be the but we're gonna help newer artists and all that. And there's problems. Yes, they do, and it still is cool. You can do a free Fringe, which means it doesn't cost you, because down in Brighton, I've got to rent a venue. In Edinburgh, you can rent a venue for 5, 10, 15 grand, or you can do a free Fringe where a venue would go, come in, we might take a bit of the ticket money, or we might, there's different things to do. And it's kind of managed. There's like a central team that manage stuff. But the part of Edinburgh still is very independent, but it's too long to go into now, but maybe we'll talk about it nearer the time next year. But there's been a lot of problems with it. And if you want to take a show up to Edinburgh, so a full run is like a month, 28 days, right? So if you want to go up for, say, 30 days and do 28 shows, man, even if you get the free Fringe, accommodation goes through the roof, and it should be illegal. It should be illegal for hotels and landlords to charge 5 times as fucking much. So I think they're going to try and work on that, put caps on that sort of thing. But it's a tough one to do. But you just get absolutely fucking raped. So, and the people that do get benefits aren't necessarily the most, artists that are coming up. They're often like, it's people that have been around 10 years, but we're going to pay. We get a government subsidy to put the prices down for this. It's like, why don't you do that for the newer? There's a lot that goes on with those fringes, but yeah. I guess Fringe has become like, here it's become more of another name for festival, I think, and they're more or less corporate. This is a little bit of a money grab from them as well. I mean, I had to pay more money than I thought today. The venues at their own price, and then I had to take out fucking public liability insurance for the first time ever. So it's real. It's fucking real. I'm insured up to £1 million worth of damage. I mean, is that spilling a drink? I don't know. Why £1 million? But it all, yeah. So I get that, but it always was. The Fringe aspect wasn't because it was a secret Fringe festival. It was because it was more to support newer, struggling artists. That's what it meant. I think it was just to go, yeah, we're going to kind of do this thing over here because we don't like this fully corporate thing, but we can put on shows for free. So it's more that sort of to break away from the big thing. But it's a month-long festival, but it's a great thing. I love it. I love Edinburgh, and there's probably 30 or 50 fringes or festivals around the UK, and some of them will give artists free accommodation. There are some small ones that do that, and I might do some of those in sort of March and April of next year. So some of them work better than others. It's just, it's tough. So it's not fringe as in, remote viewing, but it's in theory, it's to help people that are newer to the game that haven't got a way to get in, you can put on a show, right? Show. But yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, so yes, Edinburgh, yeah. It's yes and no though. So there still is plenty of room. The main problem with Edinburgh for newer artists is accommodation, because you got to stay there for a month and they fuck you. So that they need to do something from a local government level on the university that will rent our rooms, hotels that fucking, £1,000 a night. Not all of them, but some of them are just so outrageous. They need to do something like to go, look, the economy is going to fucking boom for a month. Every small business is going to do really well. The landlords how often does someone with an Airbnb run out every night? Never. Maybe you put an extra 10 or 15% on it or something, but when you're trebling it or quadrupling it, it's fucking rude. That's the main problem, because there still is plenty of opportunity at Edinburgh for newer artists to do their thing. But, you got to find a landlord that's okay with 7 of you staying in one small place. And that's also not okay. You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to have 2 hours sleep and sleep with someone's feet here to go, and it's fucking mental. But everything does, as soon as there's anything around where there's some kind of opportunity to people make money, they'll do it. Brighton was the venue fee. I don't mind, and I've paid them a little bit more for a little bit of advertising, but they're still quite a small fee. It's not much. But the Fringe itself takes a fee, because normally they'll produce an app. And they used to produce brochures, but now they don't do brochures. And now they're thinking about whether or not they're going to do an app. So you're paying a fee for, I don't know, you could say a website, but then if every artist is paying that fee, you're making a fucking lot of money if you're not printing. So all this stuff needs to be ironed out. But it's the only way to do it. It's the only way to. It's really good to do, like really fucking good. It's good for, like, what I noticed at Edinburgh this year. There's a lot of people that were a little bit ahead of me and around me, and it was really nice to see them go out and do something. And so some of them got some really cool stuff off the back of it. And it's just doing it as well. It's just the experience. Here, it's difficult because it's such a small country. It's difficult to get the time than it is, say, in America. It's just harder. So if you've got a show that you're having to go up and do, that's really good experience. So it's worth doing, but it's tough, especially the big ones. It's tough. Luckily, I have the ability to do it and pay for it. But a lot of them are also free, completely free as well. It's just the bigger ones, a bit of money. Yeah, that's true. Do hey, wee bald guy. Yes, so small. Hey, wee bald guy. I'm in Manchester, baby. I'm going to go out in a second to try and find someone to watch a footy. I'm going to knock back. I should go now. I should have had a shower an hour ago, but I'm just going to drink this for another 5 minutes. So yeah, the central parts of. I think there's some really good people, and they will, like, if you're at a venue and your PA goes or your mic goes or the cable goes, they will bring you new equipment, or someone else they'll help you in that way. So I guess they're still paying people to do that. So it is probably, but yeah, the ethos of it is difficult to maintain when there's money around. So there are massive problems with it. The key one being accommodation, I'd say, for Edinburgh, but there's still enough opportunity to. But when you get into the paid venues, yeah, that's a problem, because if you're making a bit of money, but someone, even like Ari Shafir, it probably cost him 10 grand to rent his venue for a month when he came over here. He's got to make that back. He's got to, because then you don't necessarily need to make money all the time because he's making money from other stuff, but you need to break even. So and then you've got to get into are they marketing it rightly? Is your show being promoted? Why can't I find it on the app? Is this? There's a ton of stuff. But the big thing, I think, is just fucking landlords being dicks. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. This is just a quick chat. I was going to read a story that I wrote when I was 10 years old today, but I left it. I'm going to have to bring it up next week. I'm just hanging with a few beers right now. screwed so badly. I mean, yeah, years of maybe you get a sandwich or a beer, but there are grifts, and I have some friends that are doing some very interesting grifts to get people paid. You shouldn't have to do that, but yeah, you've got to. Yeah, I'll be working on it in Manchester as well, and I want to get people paid. But it's a long time, and yeah, you get fucked. But yeah, we'll get into it another time. We'll get some comics. Some people are quite cagey about what they speak about, though. But I'll get some comics on that will talk about that sort of stuff in the next few weeks. Maybe George and stuff. But we also don't want to tell everyone. Yeah, I'm going, dude. It's not on your account. It's me as being a dick. Do you know what? I'm gonna have one more beer, then I'm gonna go. Fuck it, I've got 10 minutes. By the way, this isn't the one more beer. Are you into boxing? Hey, wee ball guy. It's because it's the Brett Brock fucking contextual memory. No, don't worry, I'll be fine. I know loads of people, not necessarily around Manchester, but it's cool. I'll find out pretty quick, and within 4 or 6 months, I'll probably be running my own night here. So I'll figure it out. Thank you. Let me know about boxing sometime, though. I haven't watched boxing for a long time, but live and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of lower level, but if there's any smaller organisations and stuff that are going on with fights, let me know. I'll come along and watch a fight if you're talking about that kind of stuff. I used to like watching Cage Warriors for MMA stuff as well, so I'll go and watch a fucking. I got a friend who's a kickboxer as well. Used to go and watch him. But boxing, yeah, fucking boxing's great. I get up in general. I get up a lot anyway, and just now I was near London, but I just backed off for the last month because I've had a bunch of shit to sort out, including moving. But I haven't lived in a city that's good for it. Manchester's probably the best city. London's great, but it's full of wankers as well. Whereas I think up here it's just less of that. There's less wanky stuff. There's one safe space place where people put fucking red and green stickers on and you can't talk to the ring. But yeah, it's a good city for it. I will do. Liverpool is a fucking hour away. That's good. I'm not far from Nottingham where Hack is. Leeds is pretty close. So all of these cities, Leicester, a few hours away, they've all got really good scenes. Birmingham. So it's much better for me. And because I just bit the bullet and set up this Fringe show, and the step on from it is to do an Edinburgh run next year, that is a lot of people don't bite that bullet soon enough. And I need to now I've done it and it's there and I've got to do it in May. I've got to fucking have me and Shannon have got to have something a step up from what we've been doing for a few years. I'm not fucking around. I just want to get better and have fun doing it, and that's the next step for me. And the next step after that will do a solo hour. But I've got to get up a bit as well. There's a great club here called Frog and Bucket that help out, and there's a club called Hot Water in Liverpool that are very good as well for helping out new comics. So that's the plan. Maybe I'll get screwed. That's true. But if you're a guitarist and you want to go and play 10 classic songs, you'll get paid a few $100, let's say. You're out there. If you're a comic, you're lucky to get any fucking money. You've got to really work for it. You've got to find a hole in the system, and we're finding them, a few of us. But yeah, we don't want everyone to know. Amateur stuff I know, brother-in-law, so white collar fight. Okay, so that's where you get local guys who got a bit of a punch to train up and have a fight. Yeah. Yeah, I got a friend who's into MMA. He's not in Coventry. He's in Leamington Spa, but I don't know if his gym might be in Coventry. He's really into MMA. He used to be an MMA journalist on a lower level, but he's getting really into jiu-jitsu and he's actually, I don't know if he's doing competitions yet. He's got a few physical problems, but he's also he's a spastic. He's not, but they weren't very good fighters. He's starting to fight a little bit as well. But I had a mate who was a pretty good lower level MMA fighter in Cardiff as well. A cauliflower ear guy, you know, you shouldn't talk shit to. Brendan Loughlin. Yeah, when I used to watch Cage Warriors a lot. Nathaniel Wood was an up and coming guy, but he went into the UFC. But I saw it was at the O2, but in the smaller room down there, I saw a title fight. It's fucking phenomenal. There's some great fighters at that level. Let's talk. We've got to go out for a curry at some point in the next fucking year, man. Let's talk. If you ever go and watch any white collar fights, I'd come along and watch a fight. I'm too old to get punched in the head at this fucking point, but I'll go and watch a fight. Yeah, most cities. Well, Cardiff, where I used to live, was way better. Like the park was fucking miles long. It's a former industrial city. It's the second biggest city, but I'm near the canals and stuff. But yeah, there are parks around. You probably get stabbed or shot in some of them, but yeah, and it's so small here, Kevin, that you know it takes 7 hours to drive from the bottom of the country to the top of the country, or 9 or whatever, and 5 to get across. So I can get from city to all those major cities in the big fucking circle around it, from Birmingham to wherever I can get to within 2 or 3 hours. So I just think it's a better location. London's full of cunts. So even though I love London. What did you say? What city-wise? Liverpool, Nottingham. Hack lives near Nottingham. Sheriff of Nottingham. Liverpool is an hour away. Leeds. Birmingham's like a couple of hours south, but that's nice. Plenty of green space. You need to check those out. The thing about signing up for it, yeah, I when I was a teenager, I did a little bit of boxing. It was just for fitness. There was a guy who was like 67 when I was a teenager, and he got an award when he was 90. I think he might be dead now, but he would get lads in, and he charged us 50 pence. That America, that's about 65 cents to train. You paid 50 pence. I think by then maybe we were paying £3. I don't know, but he'd just get us doing all the skipping and hitting pads and all that kind of stuff. All the circuit stuff when I was like 12. And that was fucking phenomenal doing that. But I don't want to get punched in the fucking head, man, at this point. I had a fight in a kebab shop 3 years ago, and I thought that was fucking stupid then. So I don't want to be fighting. I wouldn't mind doing something like jiu-jitsu because there's no fucking head trauma with it. But then you've got back, knee, and neck injuries and all that stuff as well. But boxing, I don't know. I like the fitness side of it. I was at a private gym about 3 years ago, and they did a boxing class. You're not hitting anyone, but just the training. And you go around there at 6:30 in the morning and come out grey, but then you're aching for 6 days. But it just feels like you've done something, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you ask me after 10 beers and some cocaine, maybe I'll say yeah, but it's not a good time to agree to something like that. Yeah, Sheffield. I forgot about Sheffield. Probably, yeah. Yeah. I don't know Sheffield very well, but I know Leeds. I've never been to Liverpool, but I know it's pretty close, and I'll be going there for a gig in January. No, this was a long time ago when I was paying £3. Now it'd probably be nearer a tenner, I would think. But it was a local. He ran it in a community centre, and he wanted to get the fucking dickhead youths around. Like, instead of being a prick and smashing up windows in Sainsbury's, come down here and we'll get your fitness up. And if any of you want to fight, we'll get you onto it. So I knew a couple of lads that were pretty good local boxers off the back of that as well. But there's nothing like being in a gym and all you can smell is sweaty piss smell, and everyone's fucked. It is a beautiful thing, but it's tougher for me to do. I've had a lot of injuries in my knees and hips and knees, upper leg muscles and calves and stuff as well, and back these days. There we go. I just did it, but my brother did it, and I think the same guy train my brother, and I went down. I probably did it 12 to 16 or something like that. Long time ago. I couldn't fucking. If I try and have a fight now, I'll be like, fucking what? But the fitness stuff I always liked. And the old guy, man, he was 67 at the time, and just he'd get abuse in the park, and he'd like, I'll break your fucking nose. I forgot he's Scottish as well, so he was a little Glaswegian guy. He must have been. I mean, I was bigger than him when I was 13, so, but even now, if he's still alive, he'd be like 99. I still wouldn't backchat the guy. He'll probably fucking jab you to death. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, you Glaswegian. Yeah, this. His name was Jackie. I try to remember. Right, guys, I'm gonna fuck off. I've left this too long. I was gonna get another beer, but I've got to go and try and find this game in the next 10 minutes. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging. I'm not even gonna wash these balls. I'm just gonna go up with my sloppy balls, and everyone's gonna know. Cheers for dropping in, Wee Ball Guy. Some quite often, well, semi-regularly, I'm hanging out on here with Brett Brock and Jamie Likes. We were going to do one tomorrow. I don't think will happen. One of these next Saturdays, we'll do a long one. We'll get comics on here. There'll be some in-person stuff going on, but sometimes just pop on another hang. I was all excited about getting to the new place today and fucking smashing some beers in. Cheers, guys. Yeah, thanks, man. I'll see you. Well, Brock will be streaming tonight. I might pop in there hammered. And we'll see you later. Bye, Mel. Thank you, Kelly, Kevin. You're fucking awesome as always. We ball guy. If I missed anyone, hack on it. He can go fuck himself, fat cunt. And everyone else I can't see because my computer restarted and the chat's disappeared. Oh, Chrissy, thank you. I'll do one more nose lick. I can fucking get in there and eat shit as well. I'm not gonna do that. It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? One more thing. Have fun. There we go. There we fucking go. There we go, babies. See ya. Bye.